Did you know that the simple habit of eating dinner after 7 p.m. could be silently stealing 8 years from your life? The time on your clock when you pick up your fork might be more dangerous than what's actually on your plate. According to shocking new research, seniors who regularly eat after 7 p.m. are dramatically shortening their lifespan without even realizing it. In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly why this happens, and the simple timing adjustment that could literally add nearly a decade to your life expectancy. Let me tell you about Gerald, a 74-year-old retired accountant who prided himself on staying active. He walked 2 miles every morning, took his supplements religiously, and ate what he considered to be a healthy diet. But despite his best efforts, Gerald struggled with unexplained weight gain, worsening blood pressure and constant fatigue. His doctor was puzzled because on paper, Gerald was doing everything right. What neither of them realized was that Gerald had a deadly habit. He consistently ate his dinner around 8:30 p.m. each night. After his evening news program, he'd enjoy his healthy meal, completely unaware that this simple timing issue was undermining all his other health efforts. It wasn't until Gerald happened to read about the connection between meal timing and longevity that he made a simple change, moving his dinner to 6 p.m. Within just 3 months, his blood pressure normalized. He lost 12 pounds without changing what he ate, and his energy levels soared. His doctor was astounded by the transformation from this one small adjustment. Gerald's story isn't unique. Thousands of seniors are unknowingly cutting years from their lives with this simple habit. Let's dive into why this happens and how you can protect yourself immediately. Number 1, the shocking science behind late-night eating. Is your dinner time quietly killing you? It sounds dramatic, but researchers at Harvard Medical School have discovered that eating after 7 p.m. triggers a destructive cascade of metabolic changes that are particularly dangerous for people over 60, according to Dr. Elizabeth Marston, lead researcher at Harvard's Circadian Rhythm Research Center. When seniors consume calories after 7 p.m., their bodies process those nutrients completely differently than daytime calories. We've documented up to 400% higher inflammatory responses and dramatically reduced metabolic efficiency. It's as if the aging body views nighttime calories as foreign invaders. This isn't just theoretical science. Consider what happened to Deborah, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota. Deborah suffered from chronic inflammation, joint pain, and climbing A1C levels that had her doctor concerned about diabetes. She tried everything from eliminating gluten to expensive supplements without seeing improvement. "I was at my wit's end," Deborah recounted, "until my nutritionist asked me one simple question: what time do you eat dinner?" When I told her usually around 8 p.m. after my evening shows, she explained how this timing was likely causing my problems. Deborah was skeptical, but desperate. She agreed to try eating her final meal before 6:30 p.m. for just 2 weeks. The results? Her inflammatory markers dropped by 62%, her joint pain diminished significantly, and her A1C levels moved back into the normal range. All without changing a single food she ate, just when she ate it. Are you eating dinner after 7 p.m. right now? If so, you need to make this change immediately. Here's what to do. Starting today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today, set a strict 7 p.m. cutoff for all food consumption. Set an alarm on your phone for 6:30 p.m. as your kitchen closing warning. This gives you time to finish what you're eating before the 7 p.m. deadline. Don't worry about feeling hungry later. I'll address that concern shortly. But know this: every late dinner you consume is actively accelerating your aging process. Is that extra hour of eating really worth losing years of your life? Number 2, why your digestive system shuts down at night. Have you ever wondered why eating that late-night snack or dinner makes you feel so terrible the next morning? There's a critical reason for this that most doctors never discuss with their senior patients. According to groundbreaking research from the Mayo Clinic's Digestive Health Center, your entire digestive system begins powering down after 7 p.m. as part of your body's natural circadian rhythm. Dr. Michael Landers, gastroenterologist and director of the center, explains, after age 60, the digestive system's nighttime shutdown becomes more pronounced. Enzyme production drops by up to 75%, stomach acid decreases, and intestinal motility slows dramatically. When seniors eat after 7 p.m., food literally sits partially undigested in their system for hours, creating a perfect environment for inflammation, bacterial overgrowth, and toxin absorption. Consider what happened to Franklin, a 71-year-old retired postal worker who enjoyed what he called his reward dinner around 9 p.m. each night, after a day of taking care of his grandchildren. Franklin developed severe acid reflux that no medication seemed to control. He would wake up coughing, feeling like he was choking, and his throat was constantly irritated. My doctor had me on 3 different medications and was talking about surgery, Franklin shared. Then my daughter, who's a nurse, suggested I try eating dinner before 6:30 p.m. I thought it was ridiculous that timing could make such a difference, but I agreed to try it for 1 week. Within 4 days, Franklin's reflux symptoms had improved so dramatically that he was able to stop taking 2 of his medications. Within 2 weeks, he was medication-free for the first time in years. His doctor was stunned by the transformation. This isn't rare. It's happening to millions of seniors every night. Here's what you must do immediately. Identify your current dinner time and move it 30 minutes earlier every 3 days until you're eating before 6:30 p.m. This gradual adjustment helps your body adapt without feeling deprived. If you currently eat at 8 p.m., within 2 weeks, you'll be safely dining before the crucial 7 p.m. cutoff. Even more important, maintain a minimum 3-hour gap between your last bite of food and bedtime. This ensures your digestive system can properly process your meal before your body shifts into sleep mode. Remember, every late-night bite you take is forcing your digestive system to work when it's designed to rest, creating a perfect storm for health problems that accumulate over time. Number 3. The deadly insulin spike that happens after 7 p.m. Did you know that the exact same meal eaten at 6 p.m. versus 8 p.m. creates dramatically different insulin responses in your body? This timing difference could be the hidden reason behind stubborn weight gain, diabetes risk, and even cognitive decline. The American Journal of Endocrinology published a landmark study showing that after age 65, insulin sensitivity follows a strict circadian pattern, dropping by up to 73% in the evening hours. Dr. Jennifer Morrison, leading endocrinologist at the Metabolic Research Institute, explains, when seniors eat after 7 p.m., their bodies produce up to 3 times more insulin to process the same foods they could handle easily earlier in the day. This nightly insulin flooding accelerates cellular aging, promotes fat storage around vital organs, and significantly increases diabetes risk over time. Take Meredith's story as a warning. At 67, this former accountant couldn't understand why her blood sugar levels were creeping up despite following her doctor's diet recommendations perfectly. I was eating exactly what my doctor recommended: lean proteins, vegetables, whole grains, but my numbers kept getting worse. I was terrified of developing full-blown diabetes like my mother. What Meredith didn't realize was that her habit of eating dinner at 8:30 p.m. after her evening water aerobics class was undermining all her other healthy choices. When her new doctor suggested moving dinner earlier as an experiment, she was skeptical but willing to try. Within just 10 days of eating my dinner at 6 p.m. instead of 8:30 p.m., my fasting blood sugar dropped 23 points. After a month, my A1C decreased so significantly that my doctor asked what medication I was taking. When I told him I'd only changed my dinner time, he was shocked and said he was going to start recommending this timing change to all his senior patients. This isn't complex medical intervention. It's a simple timing change you can implement today that could literally save your life. Here's your action plan. First, purchase an inexpensive glucose monitor from your local pharmacy. No prescription needed. Test your blood sugar the morning after an early dinner before 7 p.m., then test again after eating the same meal late, after 8 p.m. The difference in your numbers will shock you and provide the motivation you need to make this change permanent. Second, create a 7-day meal schedule right now, planning each dinner to be completed before 7 p.m. Post this schedule on your refrigerator as a visual reminder of your commitment to longevity. Remember, every time you eat after 7 p.m., you're triggering a cascade of insulin production that's actively accelerating your aging process. Is any meal worth that price? Number 4. How late eating destroys sleep quality and heart health. Could the timing of your dinner be the reason you're not sleeping well and putting your heart at risk? The connection between late eating, poor sleep, and cardiovascular disease is stronger than most people realize, especially for those over 65. A groundbreaking study from the American Heart Association found that seniors who regularly eat within 3 hours of bedtime have a 64% higher risk of stroke, heart attack, and cardiovascular events. Dr. Richard Thornton, cardiologist and sleep specialist at the National Heart Institute, explains why. When seniors eat late, digestion competes with the body's sleep processes. This elevates nighttime blood pressure, prevents the critical blood pressure dipping that should occur during sleep, and forces the heart to work harder precisely when it should be resting and recovering. Let me share Walter's story with you. At 72, this retired engineer had always been health conscious. He exercised regularly, didn't smoke, and watched his diet carefully. Yet he struggled with stubborn high blood pressure that required increasing medication, and he never felt rested, despite spending 8 hours in bed each night. My cardiologist kept increasing my blood pressure medications, but the numbers weren't improving, Walter explained. I was also waking up 4 to 5 times each night, which my doctor said was just normal aging. I resigned myself to feeling tired for the rest of my life. What neither Walter nor his doctor considered was his habit of eating dinner around 8:30 p.m. while watching his favorite evening shows. When Walter's neighbor mentioned an article about meal timing and heart health, he decided to experiment with earlier dinners. Within just 2 weeks of eating dinner by 6:30 p.m., I noticed I was only waking up once per night instead of 4 or 5 times. After a month, my blood pressure had dropped so significantly that my doctor reduced my medication for the first time in years. I couldn't believe such a simple change could make such a dramatic difference. Walter's experience isn't unusual. It reflects the powerful connection between meal timing, sleep quality, and cardiovascular health that most medical professionals overlook. Here's what you need to do right now. First, establish a firm kitchen closing time of 6:30 p.m. Place a sign on your refrigerator and pantry as a physical reminder. Second, implement the 3-3-3 protocol developed by sleep experts specifically for seniors. Finish eating 3 hours before bedtime, avoid all screens for 3 hours before sleep, and spend 3 minutes in deep breathing before lying down. This powerful combination resets your circadian rhythm and maximizes your heart's nightly recovery period. Don't wait for a cardiac event to make this change. Every late dinner you consume is placing unnecessary strain on your heart during hours when it should be recovering. Your heart cannot rest properly when it's processing a recent meal. Make this change today. Your heart will thank you with additional years of healthy function. Number 5, the perfect dinner timing for maximum longevity. What if I told you that the world's longest-lived populations all share one simple dining habit that you can easily adopt tonight? Would you make that change if it could potentially add 8 years to your life? Researchers from the Longevity Institute at the University of Southern California made a remarkable discovery when studying the world's blue zones, regions where people routinely live past 100 in good health. Dr. Victoria Chapman, lead researcher, reports, across all 5 blue zones, from Okinawa to Sardinia, we found one consistent pattern. The oldest and healthiest individuals consistently ate their final meal of the day before sundown, typically between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. This wasn't cultural, it was a biological alignment with their circadian rhythms that optimized cellular repair, hormone production, and metabolic efficiency. Consider the transformation of Sylvia, a 69-year-old retired nurse who struggled with chronic inflammation, poor sleep, and rapidly declining energy. I was doing everything my doctor recommended, taking my medications, exercising when I could, watching my diet. But I kept feeling worse. At this rate, I feared I wouldn't live to see my grandchildren graduate high school. Sylvia happened to attend a community lecture about the eating patterns of centenarians. Intrigued by the simplicity of their approach, she decided to try the early dinner protocol for 1 month. I moved my dinner from 7:30 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. every day. I didn't change what I ate, just when I ate it. I thought I'd be hungry all evening, but surprisingly, that didn't happen. The results? Within 3 weeks, my joint pain had decreased so much that I could climb stairs without wincing. My sleep improved dramatically. I started dreaming again, which hadn't happened in years. My morning brain fog lifted, and my energy levels doubled. My children keep commenting that I look younger, and my doctor is amazed by my improved lab results. Sylvia implemented what I call the longevity timing protocol, and you can start it today. Here's exactly what to do. First, determine the optimal dinner time for your body. Take your typical bedtime and count back 4 hours. That's your new dinner time. For example, if you go to bed at 10 p.m., your dinner should be completed by 6 p.m. Second, create a 15-minute pre-dinner ritual to maximize digestive efficiency. Before eating, drink 8 ounces of room-temperature water with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Then, take a 5-minute gentle walk. This simple preparation primes your digestive system for optimal nutrient absorption. Finally, after dinner, implement the golden hour practice found in all blue zones. Spend 30 to 60 minutes in light social activity without screens, conversation, gentle movement, or a short walk. This combination of timing and post-meal activity mirrors exactly what the world's longest-lived people do naturally. This isn't complicated medical science. It's simple biological alignment that anyone can implement immediately. But you must start today. Every day you continue eating dinner after 7 p.m. accelerates your cellular aging process and moves you further from the longevity patterns that have been proven effective across cultures and continents. Remember, the longest-lived people in human history all eat their final meal before sundown, shouldn't you? Now you know the 5 critical reasons why eating after 7 p.m. is literally stealing years from your life. From disrupted metabolism and compromised digestion to dangerous insulin spikes, heart strain, and violation of proven longevity patterns. More importantly, you have simple, actionable solutions you can implement starting today. Your body is designed to process food during daylight hours, and every time you eat after 7 p.m., you're fighting against your own biology. But by making this one simple timing change, you can potentially add 8 years to your life and dramatically improve the quality of those years. Don't let another day pass without implementing this life-extending change. Your future self will thank you for the gift of additional healthy years with your loved ones. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button right now and comment below what time you usually eat dinner and if you're planning to change it after watching this video. Subscribe to our channel and share this with someone you care about. This simple information could literally save their life.